Butt kick. Ah, c'est bien, on lui montrera après, d'accord? Okay, now jumping jacks. Ready, go. Time. Okay. So now, I want you to do this. Look. I don't know if you have enough space, but I want you to go here. Okay, as low as you can. And jump forward. Okay, as far as you can. So you go here and you go boom, and you go back down. Okay? And after you turn, boom, and you jump again, boom, and you go as low as you can. Okay? Don't put your hands on the floor. Ready? Go. Yeah, as low as you can. Stay as low as you can. Quoi? Oui. Time. Okay. So now, you're gonna do this. You're gonna go here. Here, you put your hands behind your butt. Okay, you extend the legs, and you're gonna write the alphabet letter. So, A, B. Okay, and you keep your legs the most straight as you can. Okay. Are you ready? Go. Time. Okay. Now. Okay. Let's try to do this exercise. It just come up in my mind like that. So you're gonna be here. Okay. You're gonna keep the legs extended, and you're gonna try to touch the floor. You go here. You do one push up. You go up, and you come back. Bam, bam, bam. And after you go back here, boom, one push up, and you come back here. Okay. And you're ready to try to go as high as you can. And after you go low, and you do a push up. Ready? Keep the legs extended. You are not allowed to bend the legs. Okay. Ready? Go. Time. Okay. Okay. Have a drink. Have a drink. Where the heck I put my bottle? There we go. Here. Okay. So this week, my dear Frank, we're gonna work. Is the week of side control and headquarters. So we're gonna work basic movement of escaping of the side control. Okay. So I'm here. Okay, and the guy is in side control. And the first thing I need to do is to keep my hands close to my face and my elbow close to my chest, okay? And to leave one leg up. Okay, that's the basic position, okay? So the first workout that we're gonna do, it's not really a side control, but it's working that position. So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna move. You see here, boom, 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 boom. Okay, and I'm gonna do 2 circles like that. And after, I'm going to come back with the other one here. And I'm going to go here. And I do 2 circles. And I switch. And I always try to keep my elbow close to my body and my hands close to my face, okay? The one thing you need to understand that jiu-jitsu is about isolating a limbs to break it. So the more my elbow and my hands are far away, the more I'm going to get some meat, okay? So, of course, sometimes you need to move your hands away from your body to fight, to escape or whatever. But if you're really just defending, this is the position you should be in. Okay? Get it? Got it? Let's go. So, ready?
You just want me to twist? To turn?
Yeah, look. This is the movement I want you to do. And here. Legs are up. Okay, here. Protecting and turning, keeping your head up here. Okay? You turn 2 times here. Pam, 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 pam. You change. Okay? Because this is a movement that you're going to do a lot in side control. You are here and you're going to try to do this movement. Boom. To create distance from your hips to your hips of your opponent. To maybe go the hip escape. To maybe try to find another angle. Whatever it is, this is the very basic movement that the most simple and basic movement of the side control. Is that you try to move your hips away, okay? It can also be applied in open gap. If the guy is on top of you and you try to pass your gap, you're gonna follow him. But this is very basic, okay? Get it? Good. Ready? Go. Okay. So now, moving your hips away is good, but now you need to keep the distance with your hips. Okay, you need to keep the distance that you create from your opponent and from the hips of your opponent and yours. And that's how the shrink exists, because now when I move my hips to the side, I'm going to bring the knee in front to stop his hips here. Okay, connecting a wall here. Okay, protecting your chest here to create a distance, to be able after to slide the next knee, move away, boom, recovering a gap. Okay, so that's the principle of shrimping. Shrimping is about moving your hips away from your opponent to be able to bring your knee in front of your opponent to be able to recover the gap, hopefully closing the gap and submit the guy. Okay, so I'm here, I'm in trouble, I'm shrimping. So look, I move like that. Okay, this shrimping like that, it's a shrimp that you can use if the guy didn't yet pass your guard. But if the guy already passed your guard, it's this one here. You go here, you move, bam, you bring your knee, connection with knee and elbow. It's not all, you don't connect all the time, but you try to make that there's less space possible, okay? Now, when you create this, you frame the guy, you move yourself away. Don't push the guy, move yourself away. You bring the other knee in, okay? It can be double shin or it can be butterfly, up to you. And now, when you are here, you recover the gap, bam, and you fight. Okay? That's what the first thing you should do is to always try to find a way to the 101 is to move your hips away from your opponent. After, you can even move your hips below your opponent, okay, or down, but it's always about moving your hips away or moving the hips in such a way that it will allow you to escape of the position. You understand?
So this is if they're on your top side control.
Yeah, side control. Side control, okay? No.
Is it similar if you're like on top of you and north south?
No, north south is a little bit different because they are controlling the top of your body more than your hips, but they still have to control your hips, because if you don't control your hips, you can start to turn and fight. Like the more and more I do no gi, to be honest, the more and more when I get caught in side control, I have tendency to go belly down, catch the legs, and go wrestling. So I'm gonna show you. So the more and more in gi, in no gi, not in gi. In gi is a little bit different. But the more and more I'm here, okay, the more and more what I'm starting to do is to be able to go here. You see, I'm grabbing the legs and I go here. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. And I go against the guy. Okay? If I get caught in outside control, okay? When they go here and they come here, boom. Okay? So at that moment, I'm gonna use the fact that they are moving that way to turn here and to try to catch the legs here. Boom. And now I go belly down here. And I go in the wrestling move. Or if wrestling move is not available because the guy is doing a good job on sprawling, I'm gonna maybe hook the legs, boom, and end up in the deep half guard, end up in this position. Because you cannot do that when your opponent is here, because if your opponent is here and you try to go and you try to give too much the back, they can catch me to a certain point. But it's more risky because the legs are very close to your hips and they can put hooks easily. But when your opponent is over there, the legs are very far away from your hips, so it's very difficult for your opponent to catch your back. You understand what I mean? So, but you can also go for the legs when they're in side control, okay? So, yeah, like that. Here, you see? I'm here and I'm caught in side control. I can do a reverse shrimp. Boom. And now I'm gonna go for the legs. Boom, boom. You can push them, like you know, just when they pass your gap, you can push them. You can, instead of framing them, you do like judo. You over exaggerating their movement and you go catching the legs. But I cannot show you really without an opponent. You understand what I mean?
I know what you mean. I mean, it won't work if they settle into it because then they're too heavy on you.
Yeah, but
have to do it before they settle.
Exactly, before they settle. But in no gi, because there's more slippery, it's easier to do it. It's easier to do it, and sometimes, and a lot of people, I mean, sometimes you can see that they're gonna pass it. You need to understand when your opponent passes the gap, okay? you need some time to give up a battle to win the war. Okay, if you see that the guy gonna pass, he's gonna pass. If you feel it that the guy gonna pass no matter what, it's useless to try to stop them desperately. Just let them pass and catch them when they already pass. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, it's like it's something you have to train because you're used to trying to stop the pass. So you're trying to fight that pass the whole time, and then they're gonna pass you anyway, and then you just run out of energy from trying to stop the pass when you could have just let them pass in front.
Exactly. No, it's because you're burning too much. At the end of the day, Frank, the objective of jiu-jitsu, it's about submitting your opponent. Okay. So I think people are giving too much importance of passing the guard or not. Okay. And this is because people are afraid to lose point in imaginary point that are gonna make you lose a fight. But at the end of the day, if you have to see jiu-jitsu more as my objective is to submit you. It's not to not let you pass the guard. It's not to not let you mount. My objective is to submit you. Of course, I am gonna have an easier time to win to submit you if I'm inside controlling mount. But the guy that passes your guard is not the end of the world. So you need to be more. People need to be more relaxed when they train. They need to be okay to take more risk. And I'm the first one to be guilty of that because I have tendency to roll like every roll is the final of the world. So I have a problem too, and I'm learning. But you have to be more playful when you. And I'm not saying that you have to give up, you have to give stuff, or you have to let people submit you. But you have to take more. Not be afraid to take risk when you train, because nobody gonna give you a medal. It doesn't matter that. Why did you train jiu-jitsu, Frank?
Me?
Yeah.
My little brother and my son. You don't want to get bigger than me.
Okay. So let's take that reason. It doesn't matter if you win or lose against people that you train with, because at the end of the day, the fight that counts is when you can beat up your little brother and your brother. So that's the one that counts. So you have to be, you should not see training as a repercussion of your level of your ability. Training is about increasing technique, not about winning or losing. You win or lose the tournament, you win or lose the fight that you want to win, but not in training. So you need to be more willing to take a risk, to let people pass your guard. And they pass your guard, they didn't submit you. So, Penny?
That's kind of like what Danaher and Gordon Ryan say. Like the objective is to submit, not to win points.
Yeah, that's exactly what I say. I'm just repeating what they are saying. We're repeating what they are saying, and because I listened an interview, the last interview with Joe Rogan with John Danaher, sorry, and it made me realize that I'm sometimes I don't train properly because I think about winning and losing in the contest where it doesn't matter if I win or lose. So we need to be more open. So that's what you need to do. So when you see that the guy gonna pass your guard, okay, next time you are in Miami and you fight against Cyborg, okay, and you see he's gonna pass your guard, okay, it's Cyborg, he's gonna pass your guard. So instead of he never pass your guard, okay. Did you hear that, Cyborg? Frank said that he never passes guard. So next time that he passes your guard, instead of trying to stop him desperately and not be able to stop him, just try to counter him. You maybe gonna have more chance because they're gonna maybe surprise him, or you're gonna maybe get caught in triangle and get submit anyway 2 seconds after. But it doesn't matter. At least you try something new. You try something new. You try to surprise him, so you improve in your jiu-jitsu. Get it? So now we go back to the shrimping. So I'm here, okay, and now the guy already passed, sorry, and I'm here and I'm gonna shrink, boom, and I'm gonna try to create a wall here. Maybe not perfect, but a wall. I'm gonna stop I need to stop the two hip bones. Okay? That's how the point of control. Rémi, s'il te plaît, mon amour. There's 3 points of control. There's the two hip bones and there's the tip. Okay, that's the 3 point of control of the hip, the best point of control. So right now, what we want is the hip bones, is to stop the hip bones. So you should feel the bones of the hips on your elbow and the bones of your hips on your knee. Okay, this is how you know that you're doing a good job. So you are here and you go here, boom. Okay, now you're gonna move yourself away and push him away. Bring the other knee in. Okay, now you have four points of framing to stop him, and you're gonna slide in, boom, and try to close the gap. Okay? Get it? What?
Shrimp and then close guard?
Yeah, shrimp, move away. So this is the movement. I'm shrimping, boom. Okay, 2 hands are against his shoulder. I move myself away. Okay, now I bring the other knee in, boom. Now I have 4 points of control. Now I'm gonna bring, or I go in butterfly, or I bring the other legs to the other side of his hips. And I go flat. And now he's in the middle of my legs. And I'm gonna try to close the gap and bring his head down. Okay? Okay, ready, go. Let's go.
And we all have your and you're never. Yeah, you're never. And you're never.
Okay. So now we're gonna do the reverse shrimp. Okay, so the reverse shrimp is exactly what we are talking. Is when you want to go for the legs. Okay, the guy pass your guard, you pass your guard and gonna go inside control. Instead of try to stop him and to put your knee in front, you're gonna attack his legs. So you are here. Okay, and he pass your guard. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your hands on your body. Okay, here. You see, your elbow should not go out like that. Because when you put your elbow out like that, you create a hook. And after the guy can create that as a hook to flat you down. So you want to make sure that your hands doesn't create, your elbow is not sticking out. Okay, here. A video of that I showed like that, but I prefer to put even here. I even put my hands here sometimes. You see here, boom, or even here sometimes, okay? To avoid to give him any hedge that he can flat me down. Now this hands is to avoid the cross face, okay? So I'm here and I see he's gonna pass and I see that my legs cannot stop him anymore. So I'm gonna frame his hands that are gonna cross face me and not giving an underhook here. Not giving an underhook. And now I'm gonna step, I'm gonna go here. Bam and bam and lower down. So now you think that I'm gonna go chest to chest, and if I go down, his chest is gonna go higher than my head, and I'm gonna end up in his legs. And at that point, I underhook his legs, control the other legs, boom, stand up, bam. And now if I want to continue, I'm gonna go up here and turn to bring it down. Okay? Get it?
Again?
Yes. So I'm here. Okay, I see my opponent pass. Boom, he's gonna pass. There's nothing I can do to stop it. So I'm gonna frame. I'm gonna stop his cross face. I'm gonna not give him an underhook by being like that. So I'm gonna go here. Okay, now I'm gonna turn. Boom, and I'm gonna shrimp down. Boom. Now I'm gonna go underhook his legs. Boom. Okay, and now I'm gonna go belly down. Okay, go up here, bam. And now I'm gonna bring his leg as high as I can and turn him, bam. Okay? Get it? If you need to just repeat the reverse shrimping, you can just do this if you want. You can go here and just do this. Boom. 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 You see, just to repeat the basic movement. And after like 4 or 5, you can decide to finish the entire movement. Bam, bam, bam. Get it? You can divide the movement in 2. Okay. Ready? Go. Non, tu joues pas avec Tudor, s'il te plaît. Okay. So we saw the option of moving your hips away or moving your hips down. Okay, because what you want him to not do is to keep your weight on your chest. Okay. So now the other possibility is to create violent, exploding to create distance. Okay. So it's the bridging if escaping. Okay. So I'm here, and I get locked. Okay. The guy is doing a very good job. I cannot move away. I cannot go down. He caught me. He caught me very good, and I'm locked. So and let's imagine that you have only 10 seconds to escape, otherwise you lose the fight. So you need to create scramble, you need to create chaos. So what you're gonna do is that you have the legs up, you're gonna put the legs down, and you're gonna bridge as hard as you can on your shoulder here. When you reach the highest point of your bridging, and your elbow should go to this, okay? Because remember, his hips is on your forearms and his neck is on his forearms. So you have some kind of control, okay? Think about it. When I'm on the bottom, I'm on the exact position of him, but reverse, okay? We are both in side control. He's on side control on top of me and has gravity with him, but I am on side control on bottom of him and I have a gravity against me. But that's it. We are technically in the same position. So I'm here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go put my foot on the floor, bridge, and push with my elbow up. So I'm going here, boom, okay, to move it. Now, as soon as I feel he's moving out, I'm going to shrink, okay? And now, there's many things you can do. You can put your knee inside and recover, okay? If you really did a good job, you can go underhook, grab the legs, okay? You can do a lot of things depending on his reaction. There's no really I don't see really a blueprint. But the idea is that you're gonna go here, here. You go boom, 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 recovering. Okay. Get it? So I will not advise you to do that too often, because the problem of that is that you're burning a lot of energy, you create scrambles, or you create a moment of chaos, or dexterity and ability is going to determine who wins, and maybe you are not the most dexterity and most fast guy. But I mean, it's better than doing nothing and get pinned forever. So it's a good way. It's still a good way to escape. Yes.
Better to do probably. It's probably not good in gi because they can hold on to you, maybe.
No, in gi it work fine. In gi, I'm gonna tell you, sometimes I have the feeling that in gi is more efficient, because in gi there is less. The guy can, because the problem of doing that is that you create chaos. So the problem of creating the chaos is that you don't have control of what happened. In no-gi, if you do that, the guy can go for your back, can go for an armbar, because there's not a lot of friction in no-gi. Sorry, in gi, because there's more friction, the guy, if you catch the guy by surprise and the guy lose balance, it's more difficult to him to come with something else. You understand? So I find that in gi, this is even more efficient than in no-gi. In no-gi, it's less efficient and maybe even more dangerous for the guy on the bottom, because the guy on top can just, because the situation changes very fast. In gi, it's a little bit more safe for the guy on the bottom. From my experience, when I catch people inside control and they do that to me in gi, I found that they give me a more hard time than when they do that in no-gi. That's my feeling. That's my experience. Okay. So ready? Go. Okay. Remember that side control means nothing. Okay. Side control is a very strong position to start to getting closer and closer of the submission, but it's not the submission of himself. So when someone is in side control of you, he has an advantage, but he has to capitalize on this advantage now. He has to do something. Like my sensei, Josh Brito is amazing to escape the side control. Like it's amazing. He's able, like, you can catch him in side control and he can escape all the time. And I don't know how he do that, but I know what he say. And one thing he say is that when someone is in side control, you need to calm down, relax, and because they have to move. Okay. And if the guy is inside control, now he has to do something to submit you. It's not enough to be inside control. So one thing he said is that just relax and just wait that they move. Because by moving, they're going to create space. By creating space, they're going to give you an opportunity to escape. Okay, so if you are at the gym if you're at the dojo, at the training, and there's no gold medal to win, okay? You just focusing on surviving. Don't panic, just relax. He has to do something. So as soon as you move, and you create distance, and you create scramble, and you create distance. But don't try to move. I mean, you can do it as a training, like trying to escape as fast as you can. But if you want to fight with the idea of surviving, you don't need to do a lot, because he has to do something. He's the guy on top. He's the guy winning. He has to capitalize, not you. You just have to. Hey, René, arrête, s'il te plaît. He has to survive. Okay. So now we're gonna talk about the guy on top. Okay, we're gonna take the dummy. Let's take the dummy, and this is a good training when your kid, if you continue to teach jiu-jitsu at your kids and your kids reach 6 years old, okay, this is a good thing to train, okay? This is, and even for white belt and / blue belt, beginner blue belt, is to work the position of control. So you have the 100,000 kilo, okay? So you see, I make the mistake to close my hands, but that's a mistake. It's a mistake that I do, because when you close your hands together, you only control the chest, you don't control the hips. So you need to control the hips by putting your hands, by putting your elbow, by grabbing if he has a gear, but you need to control the hips too, not only the face, okay? So you are here. Now you're gonna do the judo variation of the side control. Oh, you go here, boom. You see, now I need to connect my 2 hands. And that's funny. That's actually funny, because a lot of people, they are like that in the 1,000 kilo, but they are like that in the judo side control. But this is a big mistake. You should be the opposite. You should be at 1,000 kilo. You should be here, with the open hands to control the hips and control the chest. And when you go to the judo side control, you should lock your hands, because if you don't lock the hands, it's very easy to get pushed, okay, and swept. So you should be here, bam, bam, controlling. Okay, now you're gonna go north-south. So north-south, I like to go 1, 2. I don't go on top of his face. Why? Not because I don't want to hurt him. I don't care about that. Is that if you fight with a wrestler, okay, a very good wrestler will be able to bridge and sweep the position, okay? And you don't want that to happen to you. You don't want to find out halfway that you're getting clipped, that the guy is a freak of nature and is able to do a wrestling move. So you're gonna go here. You're gonna not go 180. You're gonna go 170. You're gonna leave his head to the side and going on the over and controlling him. Okay, here. Okay. Now the reverse judo control. You go here. Boom. So look, my elbow, it is in armpit, and I'm pushing with my butt his face, okay, and I'm controlling his arms, okay, and I'm here very low, okay. This is a very good position of control, a very good. I don't stay for a long time here, but when I use it, I always almost mount the guy, because this is a very good position. And people don't know how to react in that position because they're not too much used to it. But if you have a good control here, man, it's beautiful. So you go here, and after you come back to the 1,000 kilo, bam, bam, bam. Okay, so you notice, I don't know if you notice, but I'm gonna sprawl to the side where he has his hands, because I want to stop his frame, because remember, we thought that we are like that. So what I want to do is to try to smash that hammer as much as I can on the floor. Because the more this hammer is close to the floor, the less leverage it has to move me. And now I want to have my knee. I want to have my knee on his hips like that. Okay, because what I'm going to try to do is to frame his hips to not let them move. Okay, I'm going to put, this is the hips of my opponent, and I'm going to put 2 things here to don't let him move his hips. Because remember, if he's able to move moving the hips is the beginning of him escaping. So I want him to stop moving his hips. Okay? So without the dummy, my position is like that. I'm here. Boom. You see? One knee up, one hip down, and I'm sprawling, and I grab his head, and I control his hips with my hands. Okay? I like inogi, I like to put my hands on the floor like that. Okay? I'm turning like that. Because now if you try to push my hands, you see my hands stop. If my hands like that, it's easier to move my hands. You see, it's harder to move my hands that way. You see, it's harder to move my hands that way. It's easier to move it that way. So I'm putting my hands like that, and I grab the guy. And I stop his hips. Okay? Do you have a question?
Yeah, like I remember sometimes like if I'm on side control, but maybe I just got there and I'm trying to move up to get my chesters settled in, but then they're kind of pushing me down, they're stiff arming me down. You know, how can I stop that or prevent that or get away from that? I cannot finish getting my practice over. They're just shoving me down.
Yeah, so let me repeat what you say to be sure I understand. You just pass your guard, and what happened is that they are going here and they're pushing you away, and now you are here and you struggle and you're struggling to be able to go.
No, they're flying back. So they're flat down, and maybe I just passed because maybe my chest landed at their abdomen, and then they could push my chest or my face down. I'm trying to move up.
You're trying to go here, but they are pushing you away. Yeah?
Pushing my head down, and I can't move my head up, so they're pushing.
Oh, they are pushing your head like that. This is the position. Okay. So when they are doing what? Okay, so when they are doing this, what you need to do is to go north-south. You just go north-south. Okay? Because now your head, because if they are pushing your head, that you have two choices. Or you move your head like that, but this is not the best idea, but sometimes it can work. Okay? It's like when they are pushing your hips. Okay, you're here, you want to land your hips on them, but they are pushing your hips. So what you're gonna do is that you're gonna do, now everybody's gonna laugh, but you're gonna do that movement. Boom, boom. Because now, you know, it's easy to move an object that doesn't move, but it's way harder to push an object that starts to move. So if you see that they are pushing your hips, you go here, boom, boom, and you move. And same thing with the head. If they are pushing your head, you start to turn the head like that. Or the other option is to turn around, is to change the angle. They are here, they are pushing your face away, so you just turn, boom, and you land in north-south. Or you can, if you feel like to be young and full of energy and be amazing, you can even go and boom, end up to the other side, boom, and catch the guy totally in the other side. Okay? Remember, this is a basic principle. Why lifting weight doesn't help? I mean, why doing 400 bench press why doing 400 bench press doesn't help as much as people imagine in jiu-jitsu? Why? Because when you bench press 400 pounds, they are not moving. They are not moving. But when you push a human being of even 100 pounds, moving. So the best way to avoid to get pushed is to change the angle, is to make the angle worse and worse and worse for them to push you. If you stay in the same angle and you start to play the game who is the strongest, then you are playing a game who went to the gym before and lift the most weight. But if you change the angle all the time, now it is not anymore who is the strongest, it's who can frame the guy enough to escape or to win. So every time someone is pushing you, it should not be oh, he stopped me. It should be, oh, I need to move. I need to change the angle. Okay. So I'm here and the guy is pushing my face. So I'm here and instead of being like, I'm just moving. Boom. Okay, I'm just moving my hips away. And you need to understand something. When someone push you, it contracting muscle. Contraction of it takes some time to decontract the muscle and to move. You understand what I mean? If you are here and you're doing this, it's gonna take you some time to relax and move. Okay? But if you are the guy on top and the only thing you do is putting your weight, you are not contracting any muscle. So for you it's easier to move because you don't need to relax your muscle and go. You can just go. So they are already losing, they're already being late. By contracting your muscle, you're already being late. So that's what you need to understand. So if they are pushing your face away, that's good for you. They are contracting muscle and they are starting to be late. So the only thing you need to do is to move the angle. And by the fact they contract the muscle, they're going to be late to follow you. You get it?
Yeah, I just remember that getting stuck in there a lot and then can't finish the pass because they're just shoving my head down.
Yeah, move your hips away. Move your hips. Change the angle of your hips. If you change the angle of your hips, you're going to change the angle of your head. If you change the angle of the head, it's going to be harder to push the head because now they have to adjust. So, and if they adjust, then they cannot push you. They only can frame. And then it becomes who can adjust the angle better to escape or submit. That's it. But you need to. The problem that I see you, Frank, that I noticed when you were training with me is that you have tendency, you are very good to stop people in the mud. You are very good in the jiu-jitsu mud. That means you put the people in position that they cannot move, you cannot move, nobody is not able to do anything, and you don't get submit, and you become a nightmare for the guy, and after you capitalize on their mistake, what is a very good jiu-jitsu. But you cannot always play that game. Mostly when you are winning. When you are here passing the guy, you cannot put the guy on the mat because you are winning. So you need to move your hips. And I find that you have tendency to put your knee on the floor too often. Okay, too often you are here, you put your knee on the floor, and after you are here. And you're gonna struggle against people of your level, against purple belt people, you're gonna struggle, friend. So when you are here and you feel that they are pushing you and then there's no way that you can bring them in, you need to move this knee away from the floor and move. Okay? Be more mobile on your legs. They're gonna burn you more energy. Yes. When you reach purple belt level, it's you start to a purple belt it's a little black belt. So you're gonna have to struggle more. Nothing gonna be easy.
I was thinking about,
yes, right.
I was thinking about that too, like when yeah, like you're right. Like I'm good at trapping people into a stalemate.
Yeah.
We're just thing goes up and stuck, and nobody's doing anything because we're both stuck. I guess I need to work into more, taking more risks, trying more stuff out, attacking more.
Or the thing that you can do is to be able to drop your weight on your opponent. And how you drop your weight on your opponent is that you don't put your knee on the floor. Because look, look, I don't have my knee on the floor. So now I have all the weight on my opponent. But if I put my knee on the floor, now I took up a lot of weight on my opponent. So I have a strong pressure game, okay? That's the best thing I do. Every time I roll with someone, they're like, oh my God, you weigh 400 pounds. They have the feeling that I weigh 400 pounds instead of 200. And when I was young and I was 150 pounds, they always felt that I was 200 pounds. So but the first rule of being able to put the weight on your opponent is you don't put your knee on the floor. You see, I'm here, boom. I don't put my foot on the floor, and I'm making no effort. And I have all the weight on my opponent. Okay, and they have to lift now 200 pounds. Okay, but if I put my knee on the floor now, I took up my weight on maybe half, even more. So I'm here. You see, and I'm making no effort. So being on your feet doesn't mean that you make more effort. Doesn't mean that you need. Actually, I said something wrong. It's not that you always burn more energy. It's just that you put more weight on your opponent. Now your opponent has to deal with your movement, and now you are more free to move easily. Okay, because you're relying on your opponent here. Now it's easy to move. It's easy. Boom. Okay, you need to learn the pressure game. So I said something wrong before. I said that you need to burn more energy, but not necessarily. You need to put the pressure on the guy. You understand? When the guy tries to pass the guard, like he's here, he has the two knee on top in front of you, he's pushing your face. You see, I have my knee on the floor. So for him, it's easy. But if I'm here, you see, now I have all the weight on the guy. Okay, now even if he push me, he has to push 200 pounds. And now I can boom, boom, work. And now I'm working my legs. Boom, 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 boom. I'm moving my legs. And I'm making not a lot of effort because there's not a lot of weight on my legs. You get it?
Okay.
So that's my advice. Play the pressure, learn the pressure game. Learn the pressure game. Okay? And the pressure game is easy. Don't put the only point of contact that you should have is your 2 feet on the mat and your chest or your shoulder on the top of the guy. And that's it. And that's it. And that's the pressure game. You see, now I'm playing the pressure game. I have all the weight on top of the guy, and I didn't put my knee on the floor. Okay, you see, really, I'm playing the pressure game. Now I'm not playing the pressure game anymore. Get it? So you can do something. You can do a drill. Let's do it. I don't know if I have enough time, but you're gonna do it. It's a drill that, guess what? I did a lot. It's this one. You put your chest on your guy and you put your knee up, and now you're gonna go here. You're gonna walk around. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? And you can go chest to chest, but you can go also shoulder. Okay, you see? I go shoulder, boom. And I try to go shoulder. And I try to keep my weight in the same place. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? So try to do that with your dummy. What time is it? Oh, okay. That's gonna be the last one. Go. Why are you betraying me, computer? Oh, there we go. What? Ready? Go.
If I do this to you, I'll push you.
Yeah. Don't put your knee on the floor. Don't put your knee on the floor. Time. So there we go. I really think that the pressure game will fit your game very good, very well, because it's not a lot of effort. The pressure game is not a lot of effort. I came up with the pressure game because I was training 15, sometimes 20, sometimes 12, around 12 to 15 hours a week, and I was too tired to use my strength. So I end up with that game where you're using no effort, but you're still giving a lot of pressure on the guy because you're putting all the weight on the guy, and you don't burn a lot of energy. So you can fight for a long, long time. So that's why you should do the pressure game, because I think it will fit very well with your mat game, with the fact that you are able to put people on stalemate, and if you're on top, you play with the pressure game that allows you to not burning a lot of energy and to put a lot of pressure on the opponent and be able to still move. Okay, So that's it. That was my advice for today. Learn the pressure game.